Have you ever found yourself immersed in the turbulence of the modern world, facing issues with sleep, procrastination, and an endless lack of energy? Well, I've been in that same situation. In this video, we'll discuss how the circadian rhythm, this invisible conductor in our lives, could be the key to transforming this chaos into harmony. I'm glad you are here because you dare to know. In an increasingly connected and fast-paced world, the challenges we face are many. Modern life, filled with constant stimuli, directly affects our daily performance. Sleep problems, procrastination, and a persistent feeling of exhaustion are just a few symptoms of this imbalance. We live in an era where our routines are in constant conflict with our internal biological clock, called the circadian rhythm. Late nights binge-watching series, early mornings with eyes glued to bright screens, and waking up before the sun to face the morning traffic jam are things that directly challenge this essential cycle. But the good news is that we can optimize our daily routine with small behavior changes aligned with the circadian rhythm. This journey towards full productivity is fascinating, and to understand it, we need to unravel the secrets of this biological clock. What exactly is the circadian rhythm, and how can it transform our daily activities? Let's explore together. The circadian rhythm is like a conductor leading a 24-hour symphony. Its history dates back to experiments that observed the behavior of plants exposed to a completely dark environment. Scientists noticed repetitive patterns, indicating the presence of an internal biological clock. This revolutionary discovery led us to understand that not only plants, but we, humans, operate in specific cycles throughout the day. Divided into short cycles of approximately 3 hours, the circadian rhythm influences our physiology and behavior. For example, from 5 to 7 in the morning, the body is in an awakening phase, making it ideal for spiritual activities like meditation and prayer. However, at this time, many people are already immersed in their daily routine, facing the stress of commuting or other obligations. This is an example of the misalignment between our modern life and our inevitable biological clock. You may have noticed symptoms of this misalignment exactly during this short cycle. Be honest, on many mornings while you work or commute to work, do you feel that even though you're awake, sleep hasn't left you? This happens because melatonin, the so-called sleep hormone, hasn't yet stopped being distributed to your body during that short cycle. I will now show you which activities your body and mind are most suited to in each short cycle. Don't despair though, this will be just a sample. Don't feel pressured to follow my advice strictly from the list, unless you are a monk and live the life of a monk. Deal? Well, let's unravel the short cycles. Each short cycle brings specific characteristics. As we've already seen the first short cycle, from 5 to 7 in the morning, let's move on to the next one. From 7 to 9 in the morning, the breakfast phase occurs, where the body is ready to focus and perform activities that break the fast from the sleep period. This is a crucial opportunity to establish a morning routine that stimulates the mind and body in a balanced way. But what does that mean? Well, practical advice for this phase is physical exercise, a good breakfast, and light concentration activities like reading and planning tasks. Some people feel great and energized after a series of exercises done while fasting before breakfast. From 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., we enter the reflection phase, where the spleen begins to release acids for digestion. This is the time to perform tasks that require reflection and focus. Often, we find ourselves involved in activities that demand high energy and concentration during work, which can be beneficial for your productivity depending on the intensity of the tasks. Between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., a very interesting phenomenon occurs. In Oriental culture, this period is one of the so-called fire phases. The reason for this is that during this phase, blood circulation increases, our alertness levels are high, and we enter one of the energy peaks of the day. You are alert because you know that lunch is approaching, so you need to give that last push to finish your tasks as soon as possible and go to lunch. What goes up must come down, right? What happens to our body after such a meal? Sleepiness, a pernicious, constant feeling of falling asleep. The fire is extinguishing, your body is absorbing all that food, and therefore, it concentrates its energies on this task. It's nap time. This is what happens in the short cycle from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Unfortunately, not everyone works in a Google office. Most of us don't have a nap room where we work. What to do then? Well, respect your body's time. Don't force yourself to work constantly yawning and feeling irritated due to a lack of concentration. Instead, try to rest in a chair or on a sofa. You don't need to actually sleep, but if you have the chance, take a nap wherever you can. The goal is to give your body time to absorb and restock all that consumed energy. If you can't even rest, there's a technique to bid farewell to sleep. Walk. Walk around your office, department or building parking lot. Walking helps generate good ideas and is a great option to bring your body back to life from stagnation. It's worth noting that the walk is not to leave you exhausted and should be done very lightly. The energy consumed, processed, and stored earlier is now ready to be unleashed. The energy peak that occurs from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. is a valuable opportunity to perform intense activities. We often overlook this natural tendency, leading to an energy drop in the late afternoon, just when many are eager to finish the workday. Better motor coordination, longer reaction time, and cardiovascular efficiency. Use this knowledge wisely to burst your productivity. Some people still report feeling sleepy during this period. The cause of this is precisely a misalignment in the circadian rhythm. With the gradual adjustment of the gears, the short cycles, the symptoms of a poorly regulated biological clock will disappear. What happens in the short cycle from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. is like the extension of the previous cycle's phenomenon. For many people, however, this phase is the most energetic. What actually happens in it is the highest cardiovascular efficiency of the day and consequently greater muscular performance. Tips for this period revolve around your schedule. If it's possible to leave work and go straight to a gym for weightlifting or to practice a sport, do it, as this is an excellent option aligned with your circadian rhythm. As the day progresses into the evening, we enter the circadian cycle protection phase from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's the time to slow down, dedicating yourself to light readings and personal care. Ignoring this transition can result in difficulties relaxing and preparing for a good night's sleep. I know that this may be the time when many are actually returning from their jobs to home. I will show you a viable solution for this when we finish understanding the short cycles. The last phase of the cycle, from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. It is crucial to recognize that this is a challenging period for many, but understanding the importance of initiating the sleep process at this time is vital. Setting goals, such as sleeping before midnight, can be an effective strategy to improve sleep quality right away. In this phase of the circadian cycle, your body begins to secrete melatonin. Let yourself slowly be carried away by the coziness of this short cycle and get ready not to have to do any more tasks that require much from your body and mind. Make your bed, brush your teeth, etc. Everything that our mothers have already taught us, and have a good sleep. The other cycles after this, until we complete the 24 hours, go around and back in the short cycle we started with, from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., are the cycles of body and soul maintenance. Our biological clock programs a true detox in our body. It schedules cleaning impurities and marking their total removal. During these short cycles, we enter into deep sleep, the restorative sleep, so be careful not to spoil it. Some tips for a great night's sleep. Don't drink too much water hours before bed. Otherwise, your body will wake up to go to the bathroom and you will lose precious recovery time. Don't expose yourself to screens for too long before sleeping. And the last tip is, don't eat too much before sleeping. Note that all these tips revolve around not overwhelming your body before going to bed, whether with stimuli or food and drinks. Oh, that's right, melatonin. Let's talk a little about it before revealing the last tips to align your day with the circadian rhythm. Understanding the influence of melatonin, the sleep hormone, is crucial. Melatonin begins to increase 2 hours before sleep and starts to decrease after 4 a.m. Avoiding exposure to artificial light during the night, especially from electronic devices, is crucial to allow adequate melatonin secretion. Strategies like reading books, making notes of the next day's tasks, and light exercises can be incorporated to prepare the body for a great night's sleep. Melatonin supplements are also an option to regulate the nighttime circadian cycle, especially for those who have difficulty falling asleep. Furthermore, we repeat, reducing exposure to blue light emitted by electronic screens before bedtime is an effective practice to improve sleep quality. Now get pen and paper so you can take notes on the following precious tips. Before making any changes in favor of the circadian rhythm, it is crucial to eliminate factors that can disturb our biological clock. Artificial light, whether from the street or electronic devices, should be minimized. Medications and drugs that interfere with sleep should be discussed with your doctor, ensuring they are not harming your biological clock. Diet also plays a vital role. Avoiding caffeine at night and alcoholic beverages, which can disrupt sleep, is essential. Regarding sedentary behavior, establishing a regular exercise schedule, even a simple walk, contributes to the regulation of the circadian rhythm. Ignoring these natural rhythms can result in serious consequences. Insomnia can become a chronic problem, negatively affecting our mental and physical health. Constipation, obesity, and chronic fatigue are some of the consequences of a deregulated circadian rhythm. In the long run, it can lead to more serious problems, such as depression. If you weigh the benefits of having a well-adjusted biological clock, you'll see that they outweigh the damages of deregulating it. The circadian rhythm is a powerful ally in our quest for a more balanced and productive life. Initially, aligning our daily activities with these natural rhythms may seem challenging, but we are able to develop a deeper understanding of what our body needs. This journey of self-discovery allows us to gradually adjust our habits, finding a balance that works for each of us. Always try to start with small goals. As we've already said, it's practically impossible to mold our entire day around the circadian rhythm. What we can do is optimize our time to connect our activities as much as possible to it. A great tip is combine several short cycles into smaller cycles. Instead of 12 cycles, reduce them to 6 or even 4, and use the knowledge we've given you to combine the activities of short cycles into activities that can be done in cycles with more freedom of time. In these diagrams, we can see how this can work. Just don't mix cycles that are too distant and with conflicting tendencies, and everything will work out. Remember, the circadian rhythm exists to guide us, to help us live in harmony with the complexities of our body. As you embark on this journey, I encourage you to accept changes gradually. Experiment. Find practices that fit best into your lives. After all, each of us is the maestro of our own orchestra, conducting the unique symphony that is our existence. And that's the end of the road. If you've made it until here, consider subscribing to our channel. We appreciate it a lot. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Thanks for daring to know.